Hi, this is Ryan Guy. I'm a coach for the California State University Chico forensics team. This tutorial will show you how to do extemp research and save it to our digital extemp tub. This tutorial is primarily designed for our IE squad. However, the process is the same for both IEers and debaters. So if you're a debater, you can go ahead and follow along to get an understanding of the process. Just know that the number of articles and the types of thing that you're researching are going to be different than the things that I'm going to show for the IE squad. So within that mind, let's go ahead and get started. So the first step is that you need to have a Dropbox. Now, if you already have the Dropbox plugin installed, and you can usually tell because there's going to be a logo that looks kind of like this, or if it's a Mac, usually be up there in the toolbar, and that'll let you know they have it. If you don't have it, it's pretty easy, and it's a super handy utility. So if you need to get Dropbox, go ahead and navigate to www.dropbox.com, and it'll bring up this site. Just click on Download Dropbox. It'll start downloading. Go ahead and install that and just follow the directions, and it's pretty self-explanatory, and you should be able to get that. Once the plugin is installed, the next step is to get access to the Extemp Tub shared folder. It's not automatically going to be there. You need to email me at rguy@csuchico.com. It's the address on the screen right now, and I'll happily share access to the Extemp Tub. That way you can complete assignments. Once you've emailed me and I've added you into the Extemp Tub shared folder group, then you'll be able to open up your Dropbox, and one of the folders that will appear is this happy little Extemp Tub folder with the little happy shared icon on it, and you can go ahead and open that up. Inside the Extemp Tub, there's going to be a variety of folders that we use to sort news articles into different categories, but the big thing that you're going to want to find when you're getting ready to do some extemp research are the templates. Now there are 3 template files here, .doc file, which is good for older versions of Microsoft Word and other word processors. It's relatively universal nowadays. A .docx, which works good with the newest versions of Microsoft Word, and a .odt if you're using OpenOffice or another type of open source Office program tends to support that format. For the sake of today's example, I'll use the latest version of Microsoft Word, so I'm going to go ahead and open the .docx. At that point, you click it, Word will go ahead and open up, and we'll just kind of leave this off to the side for a moment, and we'll go ahead and navigate on over to our browser. So if you have a particular news area that you know is topical right now and you just want to go ahead and research it, by all means, go ahead and jump in and you can do that. However, one of the handy things that I do for the team is every week I post a list of trending current events that I think are going to be showing up on the circuit. So if you navigate over to the Chico State Forensics Facebook page, you can scroll down and find my latest post, and you can see where I've posted these topics. So kind of looking down here, you can see a bunch of different things that I thought were going to be relative for this past week. For the sake of this, we'll go ahead and see what's going on in the poll. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that keyword. At this point, feel free to hop to whatever news source you feel comfortable with. Personally, I use Google News. I like to kind of see what's going around from a bunch of different news sources, but heck, if you like reading Christian Science Monitor, or you have a site that covers the Associated Press releases, or hey, maybe even like checking out Al Jazeera, by all means, cruise over to that news site and you can do your searches there. But for the sake of this example, I'm going to do my search here on Google News. So, going to go ahead and see what's going on this week in Nepal. Alright, so we got some monsoons. Main thing that you're looking for here when you pick an article is kind of mainstream news sources. So if it's something you don't really recognize or some random blog, probably not a good idea. Associated Press is good. So let's go ahead. We got 7 missing in Nepal, landslide triggered by monsoon. That sounds good, and it's in Associated Press, and it's only an hour old. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, and I got my article. At this point, even though it's a shorter article, I'm ready to go ahead and put it into the template so it can go into the Dropbox. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the text of the body of the article. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back over here to my template, and in the main chunk down here, the white spot, I'm going to go ahead and paste the stuff that I just did. So go ahead and paste that on there. Boom, I've got the release. Now at this point I'm going to gather some relative information that would be useful for someone doing an extemp speech. The first thing that I kind of like to work my way from the bottom up is that I'm going to get the URL. So we got the Google hosted AP news. We're just going to go ahead and copy the URL. When you have the header up here where you need to put it in, it tends to work if you just double click and then it'll kind of show up. Different word processors like OpenOffice, you can just click there whenever, but that's kind of the procedure that works the best when you're on Word. Alright, so I'm looking at my date, so it was only an hour ago, which means that it took place today on September 6th. So we'll just go ahead and throw the date that it happened. We've got 9-6-2011. Got that on there. Now we're going to get our publication. In this case, it was the Associated Press. But if you were pulling off a Christian Science Monitor article or something off CNN.com, just go ahead and put that so that we know the source of it. And the last thing that I like to do is go ahead and grab the title. And there's a reason that I like to do this last, is it kind of saves me time. So go ahead and grab that title, and just right here go ahead and paste the title of the article. And I like to have it go ahead and match the source formatting, so it's not all big, but it doesn't really matter. At this point, I've got a formatted extemp article that's ready to save in the Dropbox. So I'm going to go ahead and go up here, and I'm going to save it. In Microsoft Word, the latest version, go ahead and click on Save As and navigate to your Dropbox. At this point, you need to go ahead and put it in the appropriate folder. Nepal, kind of an international topic, one would think. So I'm going to navigate to the international folder, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find it. But oh, you know, it's still early in the semester, so one of the things that I'm seeing here as I'm scrolling through all these folders is I'm not seeing a Nepal folder. If that's the case and there isn't a folder for the country of an international topic, just go ahead and make that folder. I'm going to call this folder Nepal, and it can be for all things Nepal. Go ahead and create that. Boom, folder's created. Cruise on into that folder. Then I'm going to want to name the document after the name of the article. So 7 missing in Nepal, landslide triggered by monsoon. Paste that there. That was the reason that I wanted to do that last. And the last thing that you want to do is go ahead, when you save as file type, go ahead and save as a PDF. A lot of people forget to do this step, but it really makes it easy for people doing their research and writing their speech if they can just pull everything up as a PDF. Click Save and give it half a second, and boom, you've got a nice handy PDF in the Dropbox, and we can go ahead and navigate on over there, and we see that we've created that. Now when someone goes to do their research, they've got it, and it'll show up on all the computers of anybody that's tied into this shared folder. At this point, if you had more research to do, you could go ahead and go back. It's always nice to have several sources on a main topic, but if you're tired of Nepal, you could always go back to the list and find something else, look that up, and do more research, and just go ahead and delete the stuff that you pasted on here, start from scratch, and fill it out and keep filling out the information. One request that I would have is when you're done and you've saved a bunch of different copies of this template, just go ahead and close it out and don't save any changes. That way the template is nice and blank and ready for the next person that wants to use it. Well, that is how to do extemp research in a nutshell. If you're having trouble or you need some help setting up, feel free to drop by and see me. This fall, my office hours are on Tuesdays from 4 to 5, but if you kick me an email, I'd be more than happy to set up a time, sit down with you and your laptop, and make sure that you're all set up and ready to go.